Hello everyone and welcome to another action-packed episode of Brutality. And as we just heard from General Manager Shawn Michaels, things are only getting bigger and better as we hurtle towards PTW Ignorance No Bliss. As he just announced, for the PTW Championship, John Morrison will defend against AJ Styles in a TLC match. But AJ Styles is in action tonight against John Cena. John Cena, a man who HBK believes can prove himself. He's getting a big shot tonight against the #1 contender. Also, Ember Moon, hot on the scene in the women's division, but she goes one-on-one against Britt Baker. Their rivalry with her and Bayley picking up as well. Also, the monster among men, Braun Strowman, goes up against a young and hungry Swerve Strickland. That'll be interesting right there. But we kick things off with tag team action, a #1 contenders match between the Young Bucks and Sheamus and Rusev. Now these two teams both very talented, but both wanting the same thing, a shot at the New Day and the PTW Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks have been one of the most popular tag teams since making their debut at WrestleMania and thereafter on the Brutality and Breakdown brands. Matt and Nick Jackson, the high-flying duo, very exciting in that ring and very talented as well. We'll see if it can translate, because this a very big opportunity for the Young Bucks. They've had opportunities in the past, of course, that 8-man tag to earn the shot at PTW Ironman where they came up short, but tonight it is one-on-one, or should I say 2-on-2, between these two tag teams. But their opponents are not going to be an easy task. Two of the biggest, most dominant men in this tag division, the Celtic Warrior Sheamus and the Bulgarian Brute Rusev. These two men did challenge for the tag titles at PTW Ironman, along with the Revival in a triple threat match. While Rusev and Sheamus came up short, they still believe they deserve to be tag team champions. And you look at their output in that ring, it's hard to disagree with them. Just the raw strength and power between the two of them. This is a very interesting matchup between the power and the speed. Which side will prevail? It's going to be Sheamus and Rusev up against the Young Bucks, with the New Day watching on, waiting in the wings to face the winner of this match at Ignorance No Bliss. Both these teams, Shawn Michaels feels, are deserving, but only one of them can advance to earn the tag team title shot. It's Nick Jackson and Sheamus starting things out, as Nick Jackson, that forearm there and those chops to the chest. Sheamus though blocks it, and the punch there, and now we have the Celtic Warrior just going in with those punches out of that headlock, and now bringing him in the corner. Sheamus just driving his shoulder right into the chest of Nick Jackson. And now Sheamus and Rusev, these two work together well. Haven't always been a tag team, but they have been at each other's side for quite a while here in PTW. As now Rusev, the big belly-to-belly slam there to Nick Jackson. And Rusev now, we're going to catapult him in the corner, but oh, look at this. The athleticism of Jackson landing on the second rope, the kick to Rusev, but now we get Sheamus grabbing the legs, and now Rusev, we're going to throw him up, but Jackson landing on his feet, takes out Sheamus and the super kick to Rusev. Nick Jackson is firing up here and the crowd loves it. But it's those dazzling moments that make everybody love these Young Bucks. Moves like that you do not see every day. Now here comes Matt Jackson. These two brothers looking to earn their way to the tag titles, but now Rusev, goes for the boot there, but Matt Jackson caught him with the neck breaker.
1, 2.
The cover, but Rusev kicks out. Now the Young Bucks, a lot of people, they just make assumptions that this team is all super kicks, all high flying, but they can get down and just on the mat wrestling as well. As Matt Jackson now working on Rusev here, picking him up. And now Jackson comes up the ropes here, but Rusev picking him up now, scooting him on the shoulders. Jackson gets out of it, but Rusev puts him down with that spinning heel kick. The Bulgarian Brute, one of the most terrifying men here on the Brutality roster. You do not want to be in the ring one-on-one with a guy like Rusev, as he just shows you why right there. And now look at Rusev, just those heavy punches right to the head of Matt Jackson while he's on the ground there. And now the tag in the corner with Sheamus. These two working together well here tonight, as now Sheamus with that knee, as Rusev holding up the body of Matt Jackson there. And the Young Bucks have got to find a way to get back in this match, because Sheamus and Rusev really slowing things down and taking control here. Sheamus and Rusev both very experienced in that ring, as now Sheamus has him up. But Jackson gets out of it, and now he's got Sheamus on the shoulders here, and the rolling senton and the tag, and now this could be more bang for your buck. The 450 from Nick, and now Matt Jackson gonna follow it up with the moonsault. More bang for your buck, and the cover.
2.
Sheamus kicks out, but a big combination there from the Young Bucks. More bang for your buck was not enough to get them the win. But now Sheamus on the ring apron, but here comes Rusev. Rusev going right after Nick Jackson. But there's a super kick. Super kick from Matt Jackson. And now throwing Rusev to the outside. The Young Bucks now could be looking to start a super kick party here, as the two of them set their eyes on Sheamus. And the double super kick there, sending the Celtic Warrior to the outside. The Young Bucks trying to become #1 contenders. Sheamus and Rusev both trying to recover. And the Young Bucks, the two brothers, they're on the same page here. They're thinking the same thing. They are looking to fly, and it's stereo, the Young Bucks. Go over the top taking out Rusev and Sheamus. The crossbody from Matt, the Fosbury flop from Nick. And the Young Bucks now, with the momentum on their side, as the two legal men, Nick and Sheamus, on the same side of the ring there, as now Nick Jackson trying to pick up the Celtic Warrior, get him back in the ring. They do not want this to end with a count-out. And now bringing Sheamus back. And now look at this though. Matt Jackson in the ring, and the Young Bucks could be looking for the Meltzer driver here. The Meltzer driver to put this matchup away. Matt has got Sheamus up in the pile driver position. They're looking for it. They're going to go for it here. But no! Rusev pulls Jackson out of the ring. And a heavy clothesline there takes him down on the floor. In the ring though, the two legal men. Oh, Sheamus though caught him. Sheamus caught him out. And the white noise. White noise from Sheamus to Nick Jackson, who went for the springboard there. But now, Rusev on the apron. The tag is made. And these two men could be looking to earn their shot at the Tag Team Championships. Nick Jackson recovering, but Rusev is calling for it here, waiting for Jackson to get to his feet. And now Rusev, the Machka kick. Machka kick from Rusev, the former United States champion, looking to become a tag team champion if they can become #1 contenders here. Nick Jackson is down, and the tag is made. Rusev and Sheamus looking to finish this match off once and for all. And now Rusev sizing up Nick Jackson. And Rusev now looking for the accolade here to lock it in on Nick Jackson. Jackson is down and out, and now the accolade locked in the center of the ring. The air's got to be fading from Nick Jackson in that accolade. But now Sheamus calling for it. We've seen him go for this move before. As the accolade locked in, Sheamus looking for the bro kick that will surely end this. But oh, Matt Jackson back on his feet, grabbing the foot of Sheamus, stopping him from hitting the bro kick. And Rusev sees it now, and here comes Rusev going after Matt Jackson on the outside. But oh, Jackson sending Rusev right into that steel turnbuckle. Rusev got caught out there. And now Sheamus in the ring, a Canadian Destroyer. Nick Jackson, the Destroyer. And now the Young Bucks getting Sheamus there. Sheamus is out on his feet. And now Nick Jackson to the ring apron. Rusev is down and out. And the Bucks have got Sheamus in position. And the Meltzer driver. Meltzer driver from the Bucks. And the cover.
1, 2, 3.
And the Young Bucks are the new #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. What a match there. Sheamus and Rusev. I thought they were going to put this one away with that accolade bro kick combination. But the Young Bucks pull this one out, and a huge win for them. The biggest of their careers thus far in PTW. Huge win for the Young Bucks in a highly competitive tag team match in division. But oh, there are the tag team champions, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston of the New Day, coming out here to lay eyes on their next challengers. The Young Bucks and the New Day, two crowd favorites. And that is a tag team matchup that I would certainly like to see. Well, Shawn Michaels making a very interesting addition to our women's match later on tonight. But now Headless Man stands by with the PTW champion, John Morrison. Well, the PTW champion backing down from no challenge from AJ Styles or TLC. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have more action here on Brutality as Braun Strowman goes one-on-one with Swerve Strickland. And here is Swerve Strickland. This, a very big matchup for the young man. Relatively new on the scene here on Brutality, but he has looked mighty impressive. Swerve Strickland, a young, up-and-coming talent. Certainly very talented in that ring. Charismatic as well. But he earned this matchup in a bit of a tricky situation where he ended up walking into Shawn Michaels' office. And Michaels just gave him the matchup with a very angry Braun Strowman. But Swerve, we know he's very calculated. We'll see if he can weather the storm here tonight. And he will have to weather the storm because he is going up against a very angry monster. Braun Strowman last episode stormed into Shawn Michaels' office, breaking his desk, demanding another shot at the United States Championship that he lost at the hands of Rey Mysterio in a stunning upset at PTW Iron Man. Many people thought Strowman would hold that title for a much longer time, including Braun himself probably thought that he may have underestimated Mysterio, but I assure you he is not going to underestimate Swerve Strickland here tonight. Braun Strowman is pissed off, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ripped Swerve's head off here tonight. Obviously, I would hope not to see that. We'd probably get a bit of a lawsuit on our hands. But now this matchup getting underway, Strowman and Strickland, and now Braun Strowman, you already see, just ragdolling Swerve around the ring and just throwing him to the ground there. Braun Strowman, but oh, Swerve caught him with a kick there. But you have to assume Strowman is not playing around here tonight as he returns the favor with a big chop there and a clubbing blow to Swerve, taking him down to the mat. And that's a thing Swerve has to watch out for, because Braun Strowman, he is gonna be swinging for the fences here tonight. And you know, with a guy that size, one shot can lay you out. And now we get Strowman just choking Swerve out in the corner. He's got his hand on his throat, and now just throwing him. Swerve though right on his feet, and the drop toe hold from Strickland. And Swerve now trying to catch the monster off guard here. Trying to use that momentum against him, as here comes Swerve with the knee right to the side of the head. Big knee strike from Swerve Strickland. And you know Swerve, very talented individual. He is not gonna go down easy to Braun Strowman. No matter the difference in size, as Swerve picking him up here, but oh, Strowman now just tosses him. And he lands hard on that apron. Face plant there. And now here comes Braun. Clotheslines him over the top. Braun Strowman. Just the massive size and weight of Braun Strowman. And he's putting it all to use here tonight against Swerve Strickland, as Strowman now going to the outside. And he's got Swerve now. And Strowman now, oh look at Swerve though. Somersaulting over the steel steps and now jumping at Strowman. But Strowman caught him with that bear hug, and now slamming him against the apron. And Strowman now back body drop onto the hard floor on the outside. That's concrete there Swerve's landing on. It is unforgiving on his back there. And Strowman now going back in the ring here. Swerve still down on the outside. And this could be a count out. Strowman with his back turned, showing no interest in bringing Swerve back in the ring. Could be a count out here if Swerve doesn't move. He is barely moving out there. The ref counting to 10. If he reaches 10, this match is over. But Swerve Strickland just getting back in the ring to break the count. Of course, Braun Strowman would have gladly taken a count-out victory. But Swerve staying alive just in time. But that may have been a bad idea, because now Strowman adds him up. Could be looking for the power slam here. Swerve though gets out of it, and Swerve caught him with the knee right on the jaw. Braun still on his feet, but now look at Swerve. The rolling flatliner from Swerve Strickland takes the monster off his feet. And Swerve now could be looking for a huge victory here tonight. If you thought Rey Mysterio over Braun Strowman was an upset, this would be monumental for the career of Swerve Strickland. He's got Strowman in position, and the house call! House call from Swerve, and the cover, he's got that big leg hooked. Strowman though kicks out. Swerve Strickland though impressing everybody in the building here tonight. And now we're gonna climb up on the top rope here. Could be looking for that patented Swerve Stomp to put this match away. Braun Strowman is down in position, but Strowman caught him. Strowman got him by the throat, catching him out of the air there. Strowman's got him now, but Swerve fighting back the kick and the boot there. Swerve still got fight in him. The moonsault, but he's caught again. He's caught again, and the power slam.
1, 2, 3.
And Braun Strowman wins it. Catching Swerve with the moonsault right into the power slam from the Monster Among Men. I don't think this win was as easy as Strowman would have liked, but it is a win nonetheless, which puts the Monster in the right direction. If he wants to get back to that US title, or if he wants to go beyond that. A great effort though from Swerve Strickland tonight. You have to give him a pat on the back for going toe to toe with the Monster. But in the end, the Monster prevails. A big win for Braun Strowman. Shawn Michaels telling off an irate Roman Reigns there, but now Headless Man standing by to interview with AJ Styles. Well, I would have to disagree with AJ Styles there. I think his attack on John Morrison was dirty. But now up next, women's division action. It's Ember Moon going one-on-one with Britt Baker. And the stakes for this matchup were raised earlier tonight by Shawn Michaels when Britt Baker and Bayley were in his office demanding that Bayley gets a shot at Asuka for the PTW Women's Championship. And I'll admit Bayley is deserving of a title match with her victory over Trish Stratus last episode. But Shawn Michaels also making the stipulation that if Ember Moon can defeat Britt Baker here tonight, that she will also be added to that Women's Championship match, making it a triple threat. And that creates a very interesting situation here tonight. We know the rivalry brewing between Britt Baker and Bayley and this woman, Ember Moon. Ember Moon made her very exciting, highly anticipated debut against Carmella over on Breakdown with an emphatic victory with the Eclipse. But of course, after the match, Bayley and Britt Baker came out to stare down with Ember Moon, and that led to on the episode of Resistance, the latest episode there, where Ember Moon came out and got into it at ringside with Bayley, which ended up costing Britt Baker in her match against Aaliyah. So these three women going back and forth here, and now a chance to settle things in the ring. But I don't think Ember Moon is going in alone tonight. It looks like she has enlisted the help of the PTW Women's Champion, Asuka. We know Asuka came to the aid of Ember Moon on Breakdown. And we also know the Empress has a history with Britt Baker and is not fond of this new alliance between Britt Baker and Bayley. But Asuka's presence at ringside will make this matchup a hell of a lot more interesting to try to make things fair here tonight. As now, Ember Moon and Britt Baker going one-on-one as Ember trying to get the opening exchange here, but Bayley grabbing the leg of Ember Moon, and that's just the dirty tactics of this alliance between Britt Baker and Bayley. And Bayley trying to tell the ref she wasn't doing anything. Bayley, we all saw you. There's cameras all around here. It's now Britt Baker, though, taking advantage, getting the upper hand, the Irish whip there. But now look at this. Look at Asuka giving Britt Baker and Bayley a taste of their own medicine, pulling on the leg of Britt Baker, her former rival. Those two have gone at it for the title in the past, and you know there's no love lost between them. But now look at this, look at Asuka. The little dance there, mocking Britt Baker. But now Bayley is not going to take too kindly to that. Bayley and Asuka getting in each other's face, And we know these two will battle for the Women's Championship at Ignorance No Bliss. The only question is if Ember Moon will join them! As Ember Moon hits the big springboard crossbody, taking down Britt Baker. While these three were all arguing, Ember Moon comes in with that big crossbody and completely turns the tide of this matchup. Ember Moon is only her second match in PTW, but she has looked very impressive as now Baker goes for the elbow, but Ember Moon caught her Northern Light suplex. Baker kicks out though, and Baker now with the knee right there. But Ember Moon though, look at this slick transition, grabbing the leg, picks the leg there. Baker though kicks her away. But now, Britt Baker rolling her up here for the cover. Moon kicks out, but now a big boot there from Britt. And you know Britt Baker, certainly a viable contender here in this women's division. As now, Britt Baker now getting into it again with Asuka. She and Bayley both talking trash here to the women's champion. And I don't think that's a good idea. You gotta focus on the match here as Britt Baker though is picking up Ember Moon. And now, Baker off the ropes and the swing blade. Britt Baker in complete control of this matchup thus far. As Ember Moon, the newcomer, is down. And Britt Baker could be looking to make sure the matchup at Ignorance No Bliss is one-on-one. Going for the curb stomp. Ember Moon though avoids it. The kick is caught. But now Ember Moon, the enziguri. Enziguri there from Ember Moon. Caught out Britt Baker. And now Ember Moon picking her up here. And now in the corner though, where Baker turns it around. Ember Moon though caught her with the boot. And now up onto the second rope here. And here comes Moon with the code breaker off the top. Big move there. And Ember could be looking to punch her ticket into that title match at Ignorance No Bliss. We're going to climb up on the top rope for the Eclipse. Ember Moon is climbing up on the top rope. But now look at this. Look at Bayley again trying to distract Ember Moon. Bayley is yelling, but oh there! The women's champion Asuka throwing Bayley down. Asuka's gonna make sure this is a fair fight, tossing the number one contender to the ground. But now back in the ring, Britt Baker takes advantage of the distraction, and now has Ember Moon with the super kick. Big super kick there from Britt Baker, taking advantage of the commotion at ringside, and now Baker is looking for the lockjaw. The lockjaw trying to lock it in on Ember Moon. If she locks his submission in, if she gets that hand in the mouth, this match could be over. Trying to stretch her, trying to get her in the right position. Ember trying to block it with her arms here as Baker tries to lock it in. Trying, and looks like she's got it. Looks like she could have the lockjaw locked in here. But Ember Moon no counters in the pinfall. Baker kicks out, but now Ember Moon flattens her with a kick. And Moon now climbing up on the top rope. No distractions this time. Britt Baker trying to get back to her feet, but now Ember Moon, the Eclipse. That move is a thing of beauty.
1, 2, 3.
And it earns Ember Moon the win here tonight. And with that win, Ember Moon has made the Women's Championship match at Ignorance No Bliss a triple threat. Bayley, Asuka, and Ember Moon for the Women's Championship. As now, Britt Baker and Bayley realizing what's happened, realizing the championship opportunity just got a whole lot more difficult with the addition of the fallen goddess Ember Moon. Asuka, though, you know, she welcomes all the challenge. But Ember Moon, a big victory for her here tonight as she earns a women's championship opportunity. But now we go backstage as Headless Man earlier sat down to interview with CM Punk and Kevin Owens. Well, the match card for Ignorance No Bliss is only growing, as earlier tonight we saw the Young Bucks become #1 contenders, and in Ignorance No Bliss they challenged the New Day for the PTW Tag Team Championships. Also now, for the Women's Championship, it's not only Bayley, it's Ember Moon as well. Asuka defends against Bayley and Ember Moon for the PTW Women's Championship. And these two heated rivals, one match at PTW Iron Man was not enough. Now, these two enemies look to finally settle things in No Holds Barred. It's CM Punk versus Kevin Owens. And this matchup made earlier tonight by the general manager Shawn Michaels. It's tables, ladders, and chairs for the PTW Championship, John Morrison and AJ Styles. It looks like Christian is gonna have to wait for a United States Championship match because it has been made official. Next episode, Rey Mysterio defends his title against his friend Sin Cara. Two luchadors going at it there, and then this matchup, Xavier Woods and Matt Jackson, they go one-on-one before their teams face off at Ignorance No Bliss. And then, tag team action, John Cena and The Big Show against Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. We know Roman wants to get his hands on Cena. But then in the main event, it'll be a preview for No Holds Barred as CM Punk goes up against Jeff Hardy in a no disqualification match. But now it's for tonight's main event, John Cena and AJ Styles going one-on-one. And this is a huge matchup for both these men, as the phenomenal AJ Styles looking to assert himself as the top guy here on Brutality. First, by beating John Cena here tonight, and second, by beating John Morrison for the PTW Championship at Ignorance No Bliss. We know the fans do not like this new attitude of AJ Styles. But AJ Styles, he says he's not fighting dirty. He's just doing whatever it takes to become PTW champion. Now, many, myself included, disagree with that philosophy of AJ Styles, but it has been working for him. And here, it's a big opportunity for AJ Styles, but possibly an even bigger opportunity for this man, John Cena. As John Cena, months ago, was challenged by Shawn Michaels to prove himself that he still has it as a top guy. At Cena, he did come up short in six-man tag team action last episode when he got speared out of his boots by Roman Reigns. But now, a huge opportunity for John Cena in the main event against AJ Styles. A lot of people still saying John Cena can't win the big one here in PTW. Well, this matchup tonight is certainly a big one for John Cena, going up against the #1 contender for the PTW Championship. John Cena and AJ Styles, they lock up here tonight to get this main event underway. And Cena overpowering Styles in the corner to get things started, driving that elbow right to the chin there of AJ Styles. But now Styles, the disrespect there with the slap. And they lock up again, but that is why people are saying there's been a change in attitude in AJ Styles. And Styles takes down Cena there. Styles says it's still the same guy. But you see him do things like that. You see him slap John Cena in the face. You see him attack John Morrison and Sami Zayn from behind. We all know this is not the same AJ Styles that we've come to love. But now John Cena taking down Styles with that waistlock there, transitioning now into the headlock. And then picking up the Phenomenal One over to the ropes. But now Styles sending Cena off the ropes and catching him with the dropkick there. Big dropkick there from the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles. And Styles now getting the better of Cena in that exchange. No one is doubting the wrestling ability of AJ Styles. Every one of these fans knows that Styles is one of the best in the world, as he had Cena with a combination there. But Cena, though, catching him out with a suplex, as Styles went for that back fist. But as I was saying, everyone knows that Styles is one of the most technically proficient, talented wrestlers on Brutality and in the world. But this new attitude of Styles has really put a bad taste in people's mouths. As now Cena went for the backdrop there, but got caught with a kick from Styles and the forearm there. Now AJ Styles going after Cena, and both men over the top onto the ring apron there. After that clothesline from AJ Styles, both men trying to get back to their feet. As Styles now going after Cena, trying to lift him up here, but now Cena, the DDT! John Cena, the DDT onto the ring apron. A big move there from Cena, catching out AJ Styles. And Styles now trying to get back to his feet. But now look at Cena. Look at John Cena. The shoulder tackle sends AJ Styles off the ring apron right into the barricade. What a move there from Cena, sending Styles flying. And that'll certainly turn the tides of this matchup. Styles could be out of it after that. That's John Cena bringing him back into the ring. But now Styles fighting back with a punch, but Cena though responds. John Cena answers with the punches of his own, and now he's got Styles up. Styles though lands on his feet, and the roll up.
2.
Cena kicks out, but now Styles the kick there. And now look at AJ Styles, that suplex facebuster there.
2.
Cena kicks out though. But a great exchange there between both men. And now Cena is down, and Styles could be looking for the next big move. In this main event, both men know a huge win would do a lot for them, as Styles now has got Cena on his shoulders, looking for the rack bomb. Cena though trying to get out of it, and he does, sending Styles into the corner and the clothesline. And now John Cena with the hip toss. And Cena now in control. He's got AJ Styles where he wants him. The shoulder blocks now. This is vintage John Cena. And now, the big suplex, and Cena is calling for it. The 5-knuckle shuffle. And he hits it.
1, 2.
Styles kicks out. But John Cena now firmly in control, and with the crowd on his side. John Cena trying to prove himself to Shawn Michaels and prove that he can still be the main event guy here on Brutality. Looking to pick up AJ Styles for the attitude adjustment, with Styles though, the back fist and the clothesline. The Phenomenal One caught Cena out there. And now here comes Styles, forearm in the corner. And now Styles with the moonsault into the reverse DDT. Style and DDT there.
1, 2.
It's not enough. Cena kicks out. But AJ Styles now has John Cena on the back foot. And Styles now going to the ring apron. Cena on his feet. Styles could be looking for the phenomenal forearm here. He's got Cena in position. Cena though caught him. Attitude adjustment. No, Styles on his feet. And the Pele. Pele kick from AJ Styles. What a counter there. These two going move for move here tonight. And now Styles has got Cena up. And the rack bomb. Rack bomb there from AJ Styles. Flattening John Cena. And now Styles going back to the ring apron. Could be looking for another springboard here as Cena is down. And now Styles going for it here. The springboard 450, but nobody home. Styles comes up empty and Cena's got him for the AA. Styles no counters. Styles clash here. Styles clash, but Cena picks the leg and the STF. STF locked in, center of the ring. Styles trying to fight out of it, but he's not going to break the grip of John Cena. In the middle of the ring, AJ Styles nowhere to go. He's trying. Can he claw his way towards those ropes? He's reaching for it. Can he get there? He's reaching out. Cena though pulls him back. Styles though kicks him away. Getting out of that STF. Cena now has got AJ Styles. Styles though. Styles backing Cena in the corner. And Styles though. That was a low blow. That was a low blow from AJ Styles. And now the Styles clash. The referee didn't see it as they were both backed in the corner there. AJ Styles snuck a low blow on John Cena. And if you want any proof that this is not the same AJ Styles, that low blow is proof enough. The Styles clash. But now AJ Styles looking to finish things off. The phenomenal forearm. And Styles now in for the cover.
2, 3.
And he wins it. The fans don't like it. And John Cena, I'm sure he doesn't like it either. Another loss for Cena. And a big win for AJ Styles as he picks up momentum heading towards tables, ladders, and chairs for the PTW Championship. A great match. Cena put up a valiant effort, but oh, wait a minute there. Roman Reigns going after John Cena. We know Roman was complaining to Shawn Michaels earlier tonight. Another spear. The spear from Roman Reigns. Roman was upset that after he pinned John Cena was getting the shot in the main event. Roman felt that main event was his. And now he's letting the whole world know. For the second episode in a row, Roman Reigns lays out John Cena with the spear. A statement by Reigns. Now he has a mic. Well, simple words from Roman Reigns there, letting you know exactly how he feels about John Cena. And John Morrison is not going to take too kindly to that. The PTW champion comes in swinging a chair. And AJ Styles now running away. AJ Styles telling the crowd to suck it, that he's gonna take that PTW Championship. But not if John Morrison has anything to say about it.